What's up, guys? Welcome to Box to Box Football. And yeah, it's February time, and you know what it is tradition in Box to Box Football, Champions League predictions. And we always come with it every single year. It's been like that for 4 years now, Jack, right? 4 years?
Yeah, it's actually mad how quickly time's
And
gone
and,
since.
and and the craziest thing about it, it's always the three of us that always do it. It's just tradition. I said I couldn't do this without Timmy. He's back. But guys, should we get started right now? Let's talk about the first game that we're going to analyze today, and that's Barcelona versus
Arsenal
PSG.
PSG. Ooh.
Messi versus Neymar. We love to see it. Timmy, you can take it away.
To be honest, this is a game that's after watching the game. So this video has been recorded after Barca's late Copa del Rey win against Granada. And looking at that game, they're in a run of form, Barcelona, and I can speak. And they have like this kind of thing about them where they can spark into life and get going, but then you look more back to the team or the defensive unit, and it just looks uncertain with multiple combinations and long-term injuries. And then I don't know, maybe like it's just things are kind of trying to click with some players, not other players. And the Champions League is back very, very soon. In comparison to PSG, like over in France, to be honest, I don't watch French football. I only know a few things about what's going on there, but I'd always kind of favor PSG in this tie. I'd see it hard to, maybe only because of Messi and Griezmann's late form and the returning of Ousmane Dembele. But other than that, PSG just seem a lot stronger, a lot stronger, multiple departments.
Jack, do you have anything to add?
I think it's going to be it's a weird game to look at in terms of form and consistency. Obviously, Timmy will be way more aware of this stuff than me from a Barcelona perspective. But obviously, PSG, it's been total change and ups and downs all season. They looked really good, then they looked terrible, then they sacked their coach, then they get Pochettino in. He didn't start great, but now he's picked up some form. Barcelona obviously has been, generally speaking, especially in the domestically, very disappointing so far this year. Compared to where their usual very high standards. It's going to be a game of individuals. It's going to be a game of moments. If Neymar pulls something out of the bag, if Mbappe pulls something out of the bag, if Messi pulls something out of the bag, if Griezmann pulls something out of the bag, it's going to be a game of individuals. I really can't look at this from a matchup point of view and think about how tactically it's going to work, because both teams, I don't know if I can rely on in terms of consistency. The fact it's at Barcelona maybe makes me think that.
Is it not a two-legged affair, or is it one-legged?
Two-legged affair.
Yeah. It's a two-legged affair. Okay.
But are we just doing this game, or are we doing it overall?
We're doing it overall.
Overall, okay. Yeah, I've probably got to go for PSG. Even this game at Barcelona, like maybe Barcelona sneak, but I don't think Barcelona keep a clean sheet. So I'm saying that PSG are at least going to have a couple of away goals.
Well, to be fair, when you look at both teams, just stars upon stars. Barcelona, Messi, Griezmann, Dembele, you can go on. Obviously, PSG, they got Neymar and Mbappe. But the one thing I get from this tie is defensively, both teams can be had. But with Barcelona, I believe that they can get out a bit more than PSG. I seen the stat today that Barcelona they had 6 mistakes leading to goals in La Liga. That is the most in La Liga this year.
I
And
didn't.
looking at the defense and looking at the way Barcelona's set up, I feel like it's all there for PSG ultimately to kill them. With all that space at the new camp, with all that space in behind, and like how expansive Barcelona are, you see a player like Mbappe, you see a player like Messi with all that space there. I can only see PSG killing them. I feel like it will be a bit more stalemate in the Stade de France, but I see PSG getting maybe 1 or 2 away goals and ultimately taking the tie.
Yeah. I can't say I disagree. Like, I've seen Barcelona this scene multiple times. And, I was watching the Champions League logo come on BT Sport, and I was thinking, that competition used to have a positive connotation when I saw that picture with Barcelona, but now it's that kind of thing where if maybe what's best for Barca and this new team that the players are coming in is that PSG knocked them out right now, because if it's a case where they go to the next round and they come across Bayern again, or they face Man City again, or Man City, or Liverpool, or they get tied, even with Real Madrid or Juventus. Like Juventus, I know aren't the best form right now, but I still feel like Barca, they're just a shambles, particularly in defense. Now, to give credit, they do have some bright players like Sergio Dest, who's kind of had an alright season, and Ronda Araujo, who's done quite well this season, but the cohesion isn't there, so they're to be had out. You can get out them quite quickly.
Let's look at the former champions, Liverpool, and their game against RB Leipzig. Now, it's a bit of a tough one with lots of injuries for Liverpool. Jack, you want to take this away?
Yeah, I think that Liverpool are going to be pretty preoccupied with their Premier League form, which is fine. Obviously, what are they still top four, hanging in there despite all those injuries. But I think that the Champions League, they've got to have a kind of a feeling here, especially with the lack of defence at the moment. They're not really in with a shot of going all the way. And I just wonder if that kind of mental frailty perhaps is going to mean that an RB Leipzig team who've done pretty well in the Champions League so far this season may knock them out over two legs. Don't get me wrong, I think it will be close. But I honestly, my money would go with RB Leipzig for this one.
Timi?
Yeah, Leipzig are a funny one. After seeing them last season in the Champions League, and of course coming back against United and getting that second spot, and Liverpool are a funny club too, because they lose out. Well, this season at this stage, they don't have Anfield to back them up at,
Right.
in the second leg. Yeah, so I don't know, over two legs, and Leipzig are a very good footballing side. So I could see Leipzig winning, but I don't know if I can count out Liverpool yet. It's a hard one, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
I think the fun part about this is that we have to make a prediction and also give a justification for that prediction.
Yeah.
Liverpool are a great side, and if everybody's fit, we all tip them to go win Champions League, or at least get to the semi-finals, at least. But they have been absolutely decimated when it comes to defense. What Van Dijk's, he might come back. I do expect him to come back this season. Matic just got ruled out for the rest of the season. Got Joe Gomez going to be out for the rest of the season, and then they have to bring in they got Ben Davis, and who was? Where you signed for Liverpool, Kabach?
Did he?
I know Van Dijk's in the Champions League squad, but Klopp said there's a low chance of him playing this season.
Oh my God, they did get him.
Yeah.
That went under the radar. Holy hell! Yeah, okay. They got Ozan Kabak. Damn, I didn't even know that. Oh my God, that's a tidy little signing.
In last game, but defensively they are so frail, and teams like RB Leipzig, who do like to play on the counter and like 1v1, are very good. I can see them really hurting them. And then going forward with Liverpool, it hasn't been great, especially in the last 10 games with players like Mo Salah almost up and down, Sadio Mane, them failing to score in the last 3 games.
And Leipzig are strong defensively. Konate, Upamecano, Angelino on loan from Man City. They have a good base there.
Again, Liverpool are overall the better team. But looking at the matchup and over 2 legs, I got to go for RB Leipzig.
Dude,
Can
you believe it? Can you believe it?
Nah, because me looking at this right now is I have to question Liverpool and like what's gonna happen defensively, because Alisson's in and out. He missed the game against Brighton recently. Is he gonna be available in the Champions League? We literally don't know in these situations, and it's hard to predict. I'd rather go for the team who I know what I'm gonna get, and that's RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig at this moment of time. I don't want to see an English team go out. If Liverpool were fit, I would have said they would have won, but if I'm being honest, RB Leipzig. But Timi, could you confirm? Are you going for Liverpool?
Yeah, right? Actually, I'm going to go for Liverpool to enjoy being proven wrong. I'm just going to say Liverpool because I feel like just because in the Champions League, for whatever reason, they just kind of get it over the line with games like this.
Yeah.
But if I'm proven wrong, so be it.
Also, you're jumping over me and James if you get that right too. So.
And it's good when you have 2 people go both ways. At least one of us is going to be right. But let's move on to Porto versus Juventus, and this is another sticky one. People say it's quite straightforward, but to me, I find it a little bit sticky. But Jack, do you want to start over since you are the resident Serie A guy?
Yeah, Juve will go through here. It's not been pretty for Juve this year. It's been very up and down. Way too many draws, and not enough wins. I think this is a Pinaldo game. I honestly do. I think that there will be some sort of penalty, one or two over the legs. Ronaldo will score, probably both of them, and the story will be that Ronaldo's goals have gotten them through by hook or by crook. It really is going to be kind of a power of wills. I don't think this Porto side are going to really go to Juventus Stadium or even their home stadium, especially without fans, and be super motivated to beat a Juventus team. Andrea Pirlo, obviously still incredibly inexperienced as a manager, but I think that you've got kind of a vice manager, an assistant manager who still actually plays, called Cristiano Ronaldo, who's just going to drag the team to a victory.
Tim, do you agree with Jack?
Yeah, Porto are one of those teams where you watch the game and you feel like, oh, they got a counter attack here and there. They might, and in the end, they just kind of fall short. Now, in all due respect to FC Porto, because they're in the tie as well, they'd want to go through and they want to win. But a last 16 tie against Juventus, like this is Ronaldo kind of gets, puts his shoes on, he kind of gets warm, whereas that's getting ready for a big season. It would surprise me because Juve in the last couple of seasons, the Champions League, going out to Ajax and going out to Lyon. I mean, this is the third season now for Juventus to really make a stake for the Champions League. And this probably is the weakest team, you could probably even argue, the weakest squad to go for it. So I think it's quite a nice tie for Juventus, with all due respect to Porto, because they're not a massive club to test them, but they're not a poor side who will make them feel like they've just got there too easily if they go to the quarterfinals. So I think I'm going to back Juventus as well.
I'm going to back Juventus, but I've said that the last 2 years against Lyon, against Ajax, and it's hit me in the face. This won't be, as you said, Jack, this won't be the most straightforward game ever. Juve, they aren't a pretty team to watch. You take Ronaldo out this team right now, and players like Dybala, Ramsey, they just feel a bit wanting.
It's so watching Juve play and looking at the team sheet, especially that most of the time they're putting the team sheet out as a 4-4-2 with Ramsey as a wide midfielder, and it just Weston McKennie is starting. I don't even think he's a bad player, but you look at the Juventus starting 11 in most Serie A games and you just go, what's happened? Like, what's going on here?
Me looking at Porto aren't a bad side, to be fair, and going in the league, they're second to Sporting Lisbon, 4 points off the top, actually going well. Against Man City in the two games, they lost 3-1 at the Etihad at home. To be fair, they got a 0-0 draw. It was a tough 0-0 draw. Man City probably should have scored, but they're not an easy team to play against. But the one thing I have with this Juve team is that they know how to win. Now, the Super Cup game against Napoli wasn't pretty, but they got the victory. The Coppa Italia game against Inter, it wasn't pretty, but they've got the victory. And it's been like that throughout this season. You're not going to watch a Juve game and you're not going to feel entertained. You're not going to feel you got your money's worth. But the one thing that they know how to do is win. And when they have the guy that you mentioned, Mr. Ronaldo, that's all, and like that's all she's gonna write. Juve may win.
He stamped his identity on a Juventus team.
He has done that, and he is what he is. Again, this is probably Ronaldo's last chance to win the Champions League with Juventus. So as much as they've been poor in all other competitions, they have stepped up. Like against Barcelona at the Nou Camp in a game that both teams went for. They went there and they won the game. They won 3-0. So it's not like they aren't capable of like winning the Champions League. It's just that this is not the greatest Juve team we've ever seen.
Also, James, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention that Buffon needs one.
Oh
Buffon.
yes.
Oh, yeah,
Buffon, please.
Buffon is
You know what it is? I need them to win just for Buffon to retire because now it's becoming a shambles. He's gonna.
Yeah, I actually don't know. I feel like that might be the beauty of football.
No,
Like,
but like
like, where, like, you know how, it's like, his whole career, he's won that prestigious Champions League medal, and he never got it. And it's always the little thing on his career he just never got.
but for me that's the
He'll
beauty.
be 55.
You know,
I don't care. I just
Charles
think that's
Barkley
what
never won a
happens.
freaking NBA title.
Like, it's sad, but it's like, yeah, it's
Andy
just
Murray
like,
never won a French Open. You know,
no, but football
Zlatan's
can't,
never won a freaking Champions League. Ronaldo's never won a Champions
exactly.
League.
Football can't always be like happy. Sometimes just take the sadness.
You
Like,
know,
you still got the Messi fans on Twitter, so talking about the 2014 World Cup he missed out.
come on.
You know what I mean? You got plenty fans. Ibra's never won a Champions League title.
No.
He hasn't got one.
Listen, Buffon, please just move on, retire. He's the best goalkeeper of all time. But come on, big man.
The game.
Well, let's move on to the last game that we're going to talk about today, and this one's a bit of a seesaw one. We got Sevilla versus Borussia Dortmund. Timi, do you want to kick this off?
Sevilla, you know what Sevilla are? How did I describe them? They're they're underrated in how good they are and how efficient they are. They are a real dangerous team. They are, and it comes to knockout football as well, because the scene today, I think they're in the quarterfinals, semi-finals, Copa del Rey with Sevilla, Levante, Barcelona, and I think someone else, can't remember, I think it's Depor. They are a real knockout side, and the Petroglyphs got them playing great football. They're not, you won't beat Sevilla, like you won't walk over them at all. You have to earn a win against them, and that's coming if you're going to be Bayern Munich, Atleti, Barca, whoever it may be. It's not going to be tough beating them like they shown last season in the Europa League. Mönchengladbach, in contrast, seeing them in
No, it's
Madrid,
Borussia Dortmund. It's
Borussia Dortmund even. Oh, Dortmund then. Oh well. Erling Haaland, Jadon Sancho, and Haaland. This is the second season in Champions League, isn't it? At this level.
Yeah.
At this level, yeah. So he'll have his own stake to claim. This is going to be a good game, to be honest, and I'll be underrated how good the quality of this game will be.
Who do you have winning, Tim?
I'm going to go for Sevilla. I think their experience and their nous and their little cleverness and the small bits of detail in winning games of football I think will just edge over Dortmund.
Jack, who do you got for this?
So I agree with nearly everything Timmy said, and he brought up the most important player. It's Erling Haaland. If Erling Haaland plays well, Dortmund go through. If Erling Haaland doesn't play well, Sevilla go through. Sevilla are not a team that's going to let somebody like Jadon Sancho walk all over them. Royce, my young American pal, Gio Reyna, they're not going to let him do anything like that. Julian Brandt. It's not the strongest defensively that we've ever seen from this Dortmund team, but Erling Haaland is an absolute freak show in terms of a combination of finishing, strength, power, speed, size, all that stuff. I mean, it's just incredible. And obviously, we're only seeing the beginning now. We'll see where he ends up getting to. If he has a good game, then it's Dortmund. His goal scoring, I'm going to go with Dortmund. I don't think Dortmund may be the better team overall, and I tend to agree with Timmy from that standpoint. But I think that if any chances fall to Erling Haaland, he will score, and that'll be the difference maker.
My problem.
A good point. Yeah, it is a good point. So I'll just say it quickly because I feel like I would honestly think Dortmund could win as well. I'm backing Sevilla for this game. Own my concern is that I've seen Dortmund have a few like bizarre results or bizarre losses this season.
That's
I'm hoping to God that is not the case, that they do have a good game. But yeah, that's the only kind of thing that's a bit shaky on it.
Very, very quickly as well, James, just before you go, Edin Terzic is still the manager. We still don't have the kind of full-time replacement manager who's going to come in at Dortmund. You've still got that interim coach, very inexperienced from a manager point of view. Champions League game against Julian Lopetegui, that's going to play a big part as well.
My thing with this is that Borussia Dortmund, overall, talent-wise, you look at the star power they have there, you would just think it's a clear, obvious win for Borussia Dortmund. But when you look at their results this season, some of them have been absolutely baffling. They've lost to the bottom of like of the table. They've lost a team that they shouldn't have, home and away. They don't seem to be the same team that we think that they are. And my biggest thing with this is that Sevilla know who they are. They know what they do, and they know what they do well. While Borussia Dortmund, I'm not sure that they know who they are yet. Them not having a manager is another reason why I shouldn't back them. I'm not sure they know what the direction that they're going at, but they have star power. And if Jack said, if Erling Haaland does what Erling Haaland does, you're looking at 2-3 goals in each game. Because this guy, he doesn't just score one goal. He scores in spurts where he'll go off for 4.
Mhm.
But as an overall game, I'm gonna go for Sevilla to win this because I just believe as an overall team, maybe not star power wise, but as an overall team and like the way it's constructed, Sevilla are are the better team. Lopetegui has this team playing absolutely brilliant. I think you guys seen the goal that was trending on social media the other day where like they worked it from their goalkeeper all the way to the against Valencia all the way to the final third. They are a really good team, fourth in La Liga, 1 point off Barcelona. I mean,
Bad press though on that goal, James.
Yes, but Jack, that was really bad pressing there. I counted 3 to 4 times when a team. Pardon?
The pressing wasn't particularly impressive.
Trust me. I'll listen. I'll break it down for you in a minute. The pressing was terrible there, but guys, we've looked at the first 4 games. We're gonna come over with part 2 soon, so please like, share, subscribe this one, get everyone watching this, and then we'll definitely come back with part 2. We might have to bring Timi along too if you really want them back, guys. Thanks for watching. This is Box to Box Football, and we will see you in part 2.